For 99% of the population, AI, artificial intelligence, will be the big lie. It will be the big lie of convenience, just like the World Wide Web, just like big technology, cell phones, you name it. Anything that has been sold to the 99% general public, convenience as the big lie. The good news is that the 1% of the population, you or me, as a badass world builder, can use this amazing technology as a servant. So the issue will always be the same with the internet, the same with smartphones, the same with anti-social media, is you decide whether it is the greatest servant or you decide whether it is a master. So it is either a servant to you or it ends up becoming a master. 99% of businessmen will become a slave to AI. 1% will use it as a servant. So there's good news and bad news, and I always think about what my grandfather always told my brother and I when we were over visiting on Sunday afternoons. He would always say, boys, things are never as good as promised, but also never as bad as promised. He would always say that the truth is always found. Good morning. The truth is always found in the middle. Things are not as good as advertised and things are never as bad as advertised. So I think that really applies to the hysteria of AI. Everybody talking about it. You have the gold rush shovel sellers, I call them, now selling it, selling the excitement, selling the fear of missing out. You've got to use AI or you're going to be on the sidelines. You've got to buy my artificial intelligence product or you're going to be a nobody. Those guys are shovel sellers. They don't even use it. They've never had any success with it. Pretend experts. Fantasy sold as reality. The good news is artificial intelligence will be used to make incredible breakthroughs in medicine, in technology areas. But at the end of the day, I'm always going to apply Napoleon Hill's think and grow rich principle of accurate thinking. I'm always going to apply the discipline of accurate thinking to anything, especially something that comes overhyped, over advertised, and this is going to be the greatest thing of all time. I stop myself and I use the discipline of accurate thinking. I look at it the way it really is. I look at it not the way I wish it is, not the way it's marketed, not the way it's sold by shovel sellers, not even the way that I wish it was. Oh my God, this is going to transform the world in so many ways. I look at it exactly as it really is. And accurate thinking reality checks give you the ability to make accurate decisions. So I always say I did this with the internet. I did this with smartphones. I did this with Facebook. I did this with anti-social media. I did this with all forms of technology in my business and in my life. I always asked a simple question. Where is the profit in this? When everybody was running onto the World Wide Web decades ago, oh my God, the promise was that the internet was going to make your life so easy. You were going to be able to work less. You were going to be able to spend more time with your family. Big tech made the same bold promise. You're going to be able to work on your laptop on the beach. You're going to be able to work 15 hours a week from anywhere. You'll be able to travel, you'll make more money, you'll have freedom, you'll have independence, you'll have control. You'll no longer be chained to a desk or an office. You know, the World Wide Web and technology was going to change your life. And then Steve Jobs came along and magnificently sold Apple, and Apple products is the same thing. No longer just a cell phone in your pocket. In your pocket is your television, is the World Wide Web, is your email, is your entertainment system, your connection to the internet and to the entire world. And nobody did a better job than Jobs selling it, where it's going to change your life. You're going to gain so much freedom. You're going to gain so much time. You're not going to have to work as hard. Well, is that your life in 2023? Is that your life thanks to the internet? Is that your life thanks to technology and smartphones? Or is that the exact opposite for 99%? Despair, sadness, mental health, manufactured mental health, by the way, worry, anxiety, depression, it's all at record levels in 2023. Suicide up 71% since the China virus in our children aged 12 to 18. Successful suicide up 71% and climbing. I don't think there's ever been a time in history when people have been so lonely, so sad, so depressed, so anxious, so stressed, so frazzled, and so disconnected from themselves, from their friends, from other people, and people that are most important to them. I don't believe that 99% of people are more disconnected in 2023 than ever before in history. So it's been the big lie, right? Big tech, big lie, social media, big lie, and of course, the World Wide Web, the big lie. More people disconnected, more loneliness, more despair, more sadness than ever before in history. So when it comes to artificial intelligence being, the be end of all, I always take the Napoleon Hill and my grandfather's advice. It's not as good as advertised. It's not as bad as advertised. You have people on one end, it's the greatest thing that's ever happened. It's going to transform our lives in so many positive ways. And then you have people that are at the other end, this is going to destroy society, destroy business, destroy, certain areas of our economy. So I believe the truth is in the middle. So you'll have to decide over the next, few months, a year, and over the next decade, whether AI is going to be a servant or whether it's going to be a master. And you had to make those decisions with your cell phone. 99% of people have used a cell phone to lose all their freedom, lose all their autonomy, lose all their independence, lose all their peace of mind. 99% of people have put on the knee pads and surrendered their personal sovereignty to a cell phone. They're tethered to this gadget 24/7. It beeps, they jump, and that's their life, and they wonder why they're suffering from manufactured illness, mental illness. They wonder why they've never been so stressed, so anxious, so depressed, and so unhappy. Then social media came along, and it was like, oh, well, social media is going to be the next great thing. It's going to connect you with your family and friends around the globe. It's going to connect you like never, ever before. Everybody jumped in with, feet first, and all of a sudden, here we are 10 years later, 15 years later, are you more connected because of Mark Zuckerberg? Has Facebook made a difference in connecting? Do you feel more connected than you did in 2000? Do you feel more connected with other human beings than you did in say 2005? Do you feel, that you have better relationships in 2023 than you did 15 years ago? That people are more connected, people are more together, people have better rapport? Or is it the exact opposite? So all of these things, whether it was the World Wide Web, whether it was smartphones and technology and all the stuff, I always ask myself, where is the profit in this? I remember the first time back in the day with the insurance company, we decided to go fileless, paperless, which was a really big thing in the insurance business. We had 6,000 clients at the time. Good morning. 6,000 clients at the time. And of course, we had paper files since my dad started McLean Insurance way back in 1972. So for us to take the leap to go fileless, they called it paperless, and put everything on the computer was a really big thing. But here's the thing. I've never ever wanted to be the first in anything. I don't want to be the guy first through the door who gets the arrow in his chest. So something going on the principle, but things are never as good as they seem and never as bad as they seem. Man, I always let the pioneers run through that door first. So you have the pioneers running through the AI door right now. If you don't do this, you're lost. If you don't do this, you're yesterday's news and all this other bullshit. At the end of the day, when we went fileless, I hired the top consultant in the world to help us do it. We bought scanners for every desk. We let the technology clean itself. In other words, some people have been going fileless and paperless for about 2 years. And they went through all the trials and tribulations, all the mistakes, all the technology that didn't work as expected. They took all the arrows in the chest. And then about 2 years later, I was still in the insurance business, when things were, a lot of mistakes had been made and corrected. That's when I said to myself, there's profit in this. Before that, when I asked the question, where's the profit in this? I couldn't answer that because it was like the scanners were massive. They take up all the desk space. They weren't reliable. The technology was so new that, it was very unfamiliar. Things were breaking. You couldn't access a person's file when they were on the phone. It was a messy kitchen. So what did I do? I just kept asking the question, where's the profit in this? And until I could answer that question, I didn't listen to the shovel sellers. I did not listen to the shovel sellers. Oh, every top agent has gone fileless. Every top insurance broker has scanners on their desks. All the top guys, there's no paper in their offices, and on with all this shovel selling nonsense. Fantasy sold as reality. So I did the exact opposite. I just kept asking myself, where's the profit in this? I remember jumping in and seeing, this social media for your business. If you're not on Facebook, if you're not on YouTube, if you're not on Twitter, if you're not on Instagram, if you're not on TikTok, if you're not shooting videos, good morning, then you're missing out. You're left on the sidelines, and you're like yesterday's news. That's the sales pitch, right? Nobody. You want to sell something, make a person feel like they're being left behind. If you want to sell something, make people feel that they're being left out. That's a huge hardwired human pain. Steve Jobs got up there on the stage and made everybody feel that if they didn't buy this crazy expensive phone, that they were being left out, that they were being left behind, that they were not part of the cool group. And he did an amazing job selling all his products like that. If you don't have the iPhone 49, man, who are you? what powerful marketing he created and continues to use with Apple today. So the cool kid principle still works in marketing very effectively. But my cool kid principle is, hey, where's the profit in this? We tested social media, Facebook, videos, all this kind of stuff. And after a couple of years of testing everything, we decided, where's the profit in this? And, we were putting energy into it. I was shooting videos. I was doing daily posts on our Facebook page for our insurance agency and for our barber shop and for my old consulting company. And then all of a sudden we started tracking the data and it didn't make sense. Like, we'd make so much more money by running a television ad. We make so much more money by mailing flyers and postcards and attacking micro niches that we looked at ourselves and said, where is the profit in this? This is fantasy sold as reality. So we took that time, that energy, that focus, and we reinvested it into things like direct mail that had, ROIs of 4-to-1, 2-to-1, 1-to-1. Social media didn't even have a positive return on investment. For every dollar I put into social media, I didn't get $1 back. I was losing. I was losing money. I was losing focus. I was losing time. I even started, when I stopped carrying a cell phone 19 years ago, it was answering that question. Everybody's doing it. So I'm like, it's got to be dead ass wrong. So all of a sudden I started testing leaving my cell phone at home. And I would leave it at home for 2 hours. I started leaving it at home when I'm on my morning walk. I started not taking it to work until lunch. Then I started not taking it to work for the whole day. Then I started shutting it off at 4 o'clock. I just kept testing and testing and testing. And it's amazing because as soon as you test, the data rules the day. And I was like, there is no profit in this. There is no profit in this. I would get home and there might be, a couple of texts and maybe a phone call from one of my, drinking golf buddies. Like, meanwhile, I could have been distracted by that phone all day. So, 97% of cell phone use is personal, right? 97%, which means 3% of everything you see Goofy doing is business. So 3% business, 97% of texts, emails, and phone calls on a dumb phone are non-business related. So really, really, really important that you know the data. Where's the profit in carrying a cell phone? There isn't. It's bad positioning. It's the behavior of the poor. It's bad for your mental health. It's bad for your physical health. It destroys your testosterone. It lowers your sperm counts. It's linked now to brain tumors, brain malfunction, all that kind of stuff. Remember, Tim Ferriss did a test on his own, carrying his cell phone in his front pocket like you do. And he tested himself over 60 days carrying his cell phone in his front left pocket. And his sperm counts were reduced by 70%. I mean, what's more important to a man than his testosterone and his sperm counts? Took the cell phone and stopped carrying it on his body, especially in his front pocket. And his sperm counts were 70% higher. You imagine a man who's, trying to have children or more children or is suffering from low testosterone. And here you are carrying a cell phone in your crotch every day. You carry that fucking thing every day in your front pocket. That's 5G, 6G technology that you know nothing about. We have no clue what that's all gonna work out like, except it's gonna be bad. And you carry that next to your testicles. And you wonder why you have no sperm, and you wonder why you have low testosterone. And then I said to my wife, Krista, one day, I said, you put those Apple earbuds in your ears. I said, right beside the most important muscle in your body, your brain, and you walk with those earbuds in your ear, 5G, 6G, whatever the fuck they call it. And I said, that's like having that cell phone tower planted in each ear. And it won't be long until that's connected to brain tumors, to brain, to not good things, right? You have those buds in your ears. Think about that day and night. And I see children walking around with those buds in their ears, and I'm like, man, that is way too close to my most important organ, my brain. So I don't use earbuds. I don't even have earbuds. I don't even know what they are. But it used to be kids would listen to music. It's too loud. It damages their hearing. Now their brain is being, 5G, 6G, whatever the hell it is, right there all day. So my wife, Krista, stopped using those. I said, you go out for a walk in the morning with nature and to get moving, and you have that technology in your ears an inch from your most valuable organ, your brain, and she just simply stopped using them. Man, I don't know what's going to happen with earbuds and with guys carrying cell phones in their pockets and people sitting with laptops on their genitals. But I'll tell you, like my grandpa says, the only guarantee is it'll end badly. The only guarantee is it'll end badly. I got a wake-up call the other day about that. I sit and I work on my MacBook Pro and out of the pool, and I was placing it on my lap, and Dan Leonis is like, Michael, don't do that. That's like having your cell phone in your pocket, maybe worse. So I was like, whew, smarten up, Michael. So I went out and bought this thing that protects whatever it is, the energy from the laptop. And now I place that thing, and I work at my desk. When I write now, I don't sit by the pool and write. I actually go in my home office now with my laptop and mouse, and I sit down. I set the timer for an hour and I write. So pretty simple. I got that off my lap. I've been doing that since I came to Florida, and it was a habit I never gave a second thought to, but it makes sense. Here I am with a MacBook on my lap for hours on end. That can't be good. So I immediately stopped doing that. If you carry your cell phone in your front pocket, if you use those earbuds, if you sit with a laptop on your balls all day, then like me, you'll have nobody to blame when you get that diagnosis in a doctor's office someday that you have a brain tumor, and you'll be dealing with that. Delayed consequences, brother. Delayed consequences. So my views on AI, one thing I will say before I go is a lot of guys are talking about AI in marketing. Well, Michael, the artificial intelligence can write sales letters now. They can write the copy for websites. They can write a newsletter. They can write a telegram. They can replace the copywriter. And I'm like fuck, they can. They can replace a mediocre copywriter, an ordinary copywriter, an average copywriter. But the one thing that AI can never do in terms of marketing your business is replacing your personality. I write every email, I shoot every video, I write every telegram, I write every single word of every newsletter. I design all of our web pages and sites. I wrote every single word of my 2 books. AI can't replace yours relentless. Can't replace my attitude, my grit, chip on my shoulder, personality. Can't replace it. And you'll be able to tell by the dullness or the ordinary level whether something was written by AI or not. You simply will. So I've had guys like Matt Fury put in their own thing, like write a Matt Fury email, and Fury's like, it's good, but it's not something that he's written or that one of his clients would not know that he didn't. Same with anything. It's like, I could get AI to write a newsletter, and immediately you'd be like, Michael didn't write that newsletter. So I'll continue to write every single word, whether it's a book, a newsletter, a telegram, a sales page. On top of that, something that nobody's talking about is I love what I fucking well do. Like, where did this all go? Where life has to be so anti-work, where everything has to be so easy, everything has to be so convenient that we don't do anything anymore. Like, do we not love something? Do you not have a passion and an obsession for something? Or are you just looking for hacks and shortcuts all the time so that you can sit on your ass and do nothing? Like, I don't get it. Like, for me, I love to write. I love to write. I love marketing. I love advertising, and I love copywriting. And if I didn't love those three things, I wouldn't be walking here talking to you. I would be doing something else. I'd be coaching, or I'd be doing something different. But I love what I do. I love sitting down and writing. I love writing newsletters. I love writing telegrams. I love writing a book every couple of years. I love shooting videos. I love it. And it's therapy for me. It's therapy for me. This is therapy. I don't want to ever stop doing this. I don't want to ever delegate this to artificial intelligence, because if I don't write, I feel ill. If I don't shoot a video, I feel strange. If I don't write each day and send out an email and shoot a video and serve other men, I'm an ugly grizzly bear, because I love what I do. I'm not looking for ways to do less of it. Sure, I want to be more productive, but that means setting a kitchen timer. It doesn't mean getting somebody else or technology to do it. So if you have this notion that, oh, I won't have to do it anymore, well, maybe you should look in the mirror and say, why am I dedicating my life to something I don't even enjoy? Like, I'm a writer, I'm a speaker, I'm a coach, I'm a consultant, because I love doing that. I love doing that. And if I didn't love all this stuff, if it was a grind to write every day, if it was a grind to shoot videos every day, if it was a grind to write a newsletter or write a book or talk to people or run masterminds, I would be doing something else. I might have a passion for carpentry, or I might have a passion for candlestick making, or I might be a school teacher. Well, if that was my passion, that's what I would be doing. So I'm not looking to replace myself. I'm not looking for hacks. AI is going to, help 99% of people stop thinking entirely. Like, only 1% of the population thinks anymore, right? 1% of businessmen think. The rest stopped thinking 30 years ago when screens and technology and the World Wide Web got going. So we're supposed to sit and think in solitude no less than 30 minutes a day. Most businessmen wouldn't think in solitude 30 minutes in a year. They don't read a book in a year. They don't read one newsletter in a year. They don't think. They don't do anything. So if we're already not thinking, in other words, Alexa, do this, Alexa, do that, Google, do this, Google, do that, you've stopped thinking, right? You've stopped thinking. Well, man, oh man, you want to talk about the dark side of AI is now they're going to sell this to 99% that you can think even less. Can you imagine? You can think even less. You don't have to worry about writing copy. We'll do it for you. You don't have to worry about building a website. We'll do it for you. You don't have to worry about a client newsletter. We'll write it for you. You don't have to worry about any of these things. We'll do it for you. You just sit there like a vegetable, like a zombie, medicated and sedated, wondering why you're unhappy, why you're lonely, why you're disconnected from your family and yourself, and just sit there buried in your cell phone and wonder what the hell happened. So AI will be an attack on thinking. I didn't think it could get any worse. I didn't think that man could think any less than right now. I mean, everything's done for us, right? We're soft as shit. Soft as shit. You sit there and bitch and chew about not being able to pick a show to watch out of thousands of shows on Netflix. You order your, good morning, you order your breakfast on, or your lunch, sorry, dinner, and some guy on Uber Eats brings it to you, and you bitch and chew about how late it was. Good morning. The guy was 10 minutes late with your food. There's nothing to watch on Netflix and all this other stuff. And then, you think about it, like soft as shit. What will AI? You get involved in that stuff, and it's your servant, or it's not your servant. That it masters you. Then you're done. You're done. You'll be a non-thinking vegetable, just checked out all the way, and that's going to be the downside. So, I've decided I'm going to be part of the 1%. I've decided that I'm going to have a wait and see attitude. I've decided I'm going to use Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich, accurate thinking, the way it really is. I'm going to take the positives that I can use. I'm going to ask all the time, is this profitable? Where's the profit in this? Is there some way we can use this to be more productive? But in the end, I'm really just, good morning. I'm just going to be constantly asking myself, does this serve me better? Does this make me a better entrepreneur? Does this make me a better businessman? Does this connect me better with my clients? Does this help me on my mission to serve 1 million men? There's a good one. Does this help me in my mission? Maybe it does, but maybe it doesn't. And where's the profit in this? Where is the profit in this? And if I keep asking those right questions, and good morning, and I use the technology as a servant and not a master, I do the opposite of everything around me and everybody and everything around me. Just watch how people use the internet, watch how they use anti-social media, watch how they use their smartphone, watch all of this stuff. Good morning. And I'll just do the exact opposite. Trust me, if I'm involved at any time with AI, I will be its servant, or it will be my servant. AI will be Michael James McLean's servant, just like these other things, and I will be its master. I will be its master. That's it. That's my righteous opinion on it. And I'm not going to have any arrows in my chest because I'm not first through the door. And I'm just going to keep writing. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep drinking water. I'm going to keep dating my wife. I'm going to keep disconnecting. I'm going to keep walking in nature. I'm going to keep doing all the things that I see almost nobody else doing. I told myself today, I wrote it in my journal every single day, I'm healthy, I'm wealthy, and I'm happy. So I'm just more of the same for me. I do not need to, good morning. I have built a world that I do not need a hack from. I don't need to escape from. I don't need to vacation from. I don't need to, remove myself from. I've built a world where I want to be there present all the time. So instead of looking for a shortcut or a hack or an easier way, why not embrace the hard way, men? Why not embrace the journey, the process that makes all this worthwhile? If it's valuable in your life, it's hard. And if it's easy, you're on the wrong track. If it's easy, you're on the wrong track. So for me, I'm going to continue to embrace the hard. I'm going to continue to embrace the difficult. And I'm going to continue to be very, 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 very skeptical of shortcuts, easy and done for me, that requires no thinking. In the next year, I'm going to set a goal to think deeper, to think more, to grow more, to read more, to write more, and do the exact opposite of what I see the herd ready to do with AI. That's it. If you'd like more information, there's 3 ways. Buy my book at noblebook.com. You can subscribe to my monthly newsletter at badassletter.com. Badassletter.com. That's a physical book, a physical newsletter. Physical means paper and ink. And of course, apply for my world building mastermind. It's $9,997 for a little longer. I'm going to be increasing that to $25,000 later this year. So if you want to get in for 12 months, apply at Badass World Builders with an S, badassworldbuilders.com. And you can get in for under 10 grand for the year instead of paying the 25 grand that's coming later this year. That's it. 2 words that changed my life. 2 words that'll change your life. Be relentless.